How old are you, Brandon?
I'm 38.
Oh, hell, you're stuck with him now.
Can I do something about that? Shoot,
no, I was going to say if you...
There's not enough kneecaps in the world that can do anything about that.
I was going to say, if you were younger, I thought maybe you could kind of get out of it. But right now, you're stuck.
We're going to kick you in the teeth.
You're stuck. He kicked you right in the teeth.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
Get your kneecap off. You're stuck with him. Yeah, you're going to be a Lions fan for life. When I was 38, I knew that there was no chance of me leaving the Browns. So you're stuck with this.
Sorry about that.
All right, you want to make picks on this?
We making picks or what?
Yeah, you want Auburn plus 4.5 at Arkansas. What do you like?
Yeah, I'm taking Auburn.
You're going to go with Brian Harsin. Now, listen, do you live down here or do you live up there?
No, I'm up there. It's Big Ten country up there.
Oh, I hear you. All right, so you're taking...
You can beat pickleball if you want to.
I'm bleeding green.
Wait a minute.
So I'm in hostile territory with Wolverine Dan here. I'm a Spartan.
You're a Sparty. So you're Lions Sparty, Brandon. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Bama... minus 17.5 at State.
Yeah.
What do you like there?
I mean, you could give me more points, and I would take Bama.
So you're taking...
Any of you play sports?
Oh, you got Saban. Ole Miss is minus 2.5 at UT.
Give me Matt Carroll and Ole Miss.
This was not an easy decision. It's just something that happened very quick. We've been here 14 months.
Yeah, he was there 14 months. He got to get out of there. The Bills in our tiebreaker are minus 5.5 at the Titans.
Got to take the Bills. Norman's not with the Bills anymore, so I don't think Derrick Henry's going to be able to poster anybody with a stiff arm. Yeah, I just think that the Bills are too tough right now.
Anyone who wants a piece of OJ has to get by me.
All right. You think that the old man there is going to take these same picks, or do you think he's going to go a little different?
No, he's not.
Never will.
Wolverine Dan, brother, I'm taking that chicken home, baby.
I know you're a big Bama fan, so I figured you were going to take Bama. But
I am.
Yeah.
I'm ready to have a hot poker stuck in my eye.
Hey, are you in town or what? Are you going to be at opening night tonight? 17th year.
Night?
Huh?
Oh no, I gotta watch the grandkids tonight.
17th year. Tonight's opening night, man. Are you still a season ticket holder? You used to brag about the Blue Line Club.
Yeah, Keith Jeffries, he knows who I am. I'm still blue. Not a blue liner because they don't do that anymore. But I am a season ticket holder.
Why don't you just take the grandkid to the game?
Well, when the hold is 6 months old, I got a baby.
Yeah, that's probably a little young. Yeah. All right, here's another idea. Leave the baby home with Wolverine Ginger and go to the game, man. What's the matter with you?
Dude, that's three. It's two toddlers, and then a baby. No, you can't do that to her.
No, you can't do it to her, but she can handle it.
All right, so
the penalty box.
Yeah, I'll be in the penalty box. That's
yeah,
right.
You would.
Hey, listen, let me go ahead and get these picks, and then I'll get up there, and these other people want. Well, they're not going to get none because I'm going to get it.
You wouldn't be in the penalty box. She'd go upside your head with a stick. You'd be in a hospital probably. All right,
that's right.
Auburn gets 4.5 at Arkansas.
I'll take. You know what? I'm going to go against I'm going to go Arkansas
because we're the University of damn Arkansas.
All right. You got them. Bama's minus 17 and a hook at State.
I don't want to take Bama. I'll take Bama.
Any of you play sports?
You don't want to take Bama. I'll take Bama. Ole Miss, everybody's on Bama, by the way. Ole Miss is minus 2.5 at UT.
I'll take UT.
I can assure you that the gap is closing.
You're going against young Brandon all the way across the board. And the Bills are minus 5 and a hook at the Titans.
I'll take the Titans.
Touchdown, Derrick Henry, 72-yard gallop.
How did you let that kid become a Sparty fan?
My brother. So
your brother is a... Wait a minute. Your brother is a Sparty fan?
I got two of them.
And they're both Sparties?
Yeah, they graduated from that school.
And you're
athletes at that school.
Why didn't you pull for them then for the sake of your brothers?
Oh, the guy who started all these wonderful human beings on the face of this earth, and 6 of us, was Charles Zelinsky, my father. He's a Michigan man.
And he let his kids go to Sparty.
That's free.
It was free.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess if it's,
Well, you should know what that's all about. You got 9 of them, for crying out loud. You're probably broke.
Hey, none of them are going to Auburn. I can tell you that right now. They ain't going. None of them went to Auburn. They could get scholarships. They could get. I told you before, man. My son, if he had become a professional baseball player, if he had been drafted by the Red Sox, if he had made it to the big club, and if he was playing center field for the Red Sox, and he left me 2 tickets for me and his mama to go to Fenway Park to see the Red Sox play the Yankees, and left me a jersey with the number 7 on it and his name on the back of it, I would not wear it. I would say, I hope you go 4 for 4, and I hope the Yankees win 7-3. I would not wear that. I would not wear that Red Sox gear. Would not wear that
It's
stuff.
your son, Tom.
I know. I would pull for him, but I'm not wearing no Red Sox gear. It ain't happening. Just saying.
They did punk you. They did punk you this year, didn't they?
They've punked us the last few years. Yeah.
I got you. All right, brother. Listen,
All right, man.
Hey, say goodbye to Brandon.
Bye, Brandon.
Thanks, Tom.
So we get 2 for the price of 1 there. We get Lions Brandon. I feel like I'd rather call him Sparty Brandon. So we get Sparty Brandon and Wolverine Dan in there. Jason is next. Jason, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, I'm great. How are you doing?
If I was any better, I'd be 2 of me.
Oh yeah, and I'm getting ready to. What is it? $125 in chicken?
$125 worth of chicken at Champy's is on the table, and I'll split it up amongst as many as 5 winners. But if there's 1 winner, he gets it all. We just keep carrying it over. It's like a skins game in golf. I just keep carrying it over.
I'm going to get some phone numbers at the Weight Watchers meeting with all this chicken.
There you go. Yeah, take it to your Weight Watchers meeting and say, here.
I'm going to go to the one with the double wide doors this week.
I hear that, man. All right. So
Arkansas.
Auburn, you're going to take Arkansas? Auburn gets 4.5. You want Arkansas?
Because we're the university.
Auburn cheated last year.
Yeah.
Because we're the University of damn Arkansas.
All right. I like that. We're the University of damn Arkansas. Alabama is minus 17 and a hook at State.
Alabama wins by 17, so I'm going to Mississippi State.
We're pathetic. We're a bunch of pathetic front runners.
Ole Miss is minus 2 and a hook at Tennessee.
Ole Miss.
This was not an easy decision. It's something that happened very quick. We've been here 14 months.
And the Bills are minus 5.5 in the tiebreaker at the Titans.
Anyone who wants a piece of OJ has to get by me.
All right, Jason, we got you in.
Appreciate it.
Remember, you got to hit all 4 elements of this thing to get the chow. All right, that's the way it worked, to get on the chow line. So if only one guy hits all 4 elements of it, he gets it all. Spencer is next. And we just opened up some lines for you. So if you want to get in right now, go ahead and jump in. If you just turned on your radio, we're doing an open line segment here. 256-576-4977. 256-576-4977. Spencer, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing great, Tom. How you doing, man?
I am fantastic.
So I usually just call into the morning show, man, but I just happened to be on the road today at lunchtime, and I hear you doing these picks, man, and I got to get in on this, man. This sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, wait a minute now. You're telling me you've never called my show before?
I think I might have called you one time. I don't think I've called you more than that. It's probably last season, but I think I've only called you one time, Tom.
Oh, I was going to brush off. Rick's in the corner, and he was looking for a reason to holler, you know what I mean? So I thought I would brush you off.
It's kind of disgraceful, man, because you got a damn good show.
You didn't. Yeah, it is disgrace. It is a damn good show, isn't it, for God's sakes? I think it's a great show.
All right, appreciate it. Good to see you again. Free coat.
No, it's a great show. What did you not listen? You didn't listen to me when I was at the other radio station for all those years?
No, I did not, man. I did not.
Probably didn't even know there was another radio station, so that's okay. All right, jump in on this. Auburn gets 4 and a hook at Arkansas.
All right, man. I want to say woo pig suey.
You want to go with the
who big soy?
All right, you got him.
That's what I want, man. I mean, I don't want to pull for Auburn. I mean, I don't want any reason to want Auburn to score a touchdown in that football game. I don't want to do it. So
what about the chicken, though?
Pray they hold.
Well, even for the chicken? There's a lot of chicken on the line here. I mean, just
my
saying.
morals are worth more than that.
Okay.
Chicken. All right, Tom.
All right, so I'm going to guess that you're going to go which way you're going here, but Bama lays 17 and a hook at State. What do you got?
No. See, that's the difference, man. I'm actually going to go with State on this one because I've been a Bama fan for far too long, and I know that Mississippi State always plays us tight, and 17.5 points it's a lot of points, man.
All right, so
We're pathetic. We're a bunch of pathetic front runners.
yeah, okay, so you take State there. We'll see. I think coming off the loss here, I think Alabama's liable to go scorched earth, but we'll see if they have the ability
That's
to do
a
it.
possibility too, man. But I'm rolling the dice. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. Ole Miss is minus. Well, what are you going to do? Like if Alabama in that game is, if they're leading by 22 points, something like that, late in the game, are you looking for the backdoor cover? Are you going to pull for State then to get the backdoor cover?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I've done that before, man. I've done that before.
That's
Hey,
happened.
I laid 14 a couple weeks ago against Ole Miss, and everybody was telling me I was absolutely crazy for taking Alabama to cover the spread there, and I said, come on now, here we go, roll tide.
I was on the wrong side of them every single friggin' game. I took the 19.5 with Miami and got whacked. Then I laid points and got whacked against Florida. And then I laid the points against Texas A&M, got whacked. I took Ole Miss with the points, got whacked. I have not been able to figure out Alabama at all. I mean, that's been
so you're picking Alabama this week, so I'm in good standing.
You're in good stead. I'm picking Alabama. I mean, but I gotta get them. I gotta get it right at some point. Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin goes back to the scene of the crime, minus 2.5 hook at Tennessee.
No, it's hotty-toddy, man. You'll never see me pulling for the Volunteers.
This was not an easy decision. It's something that happened very quick. We've been here 14 months.
Apparently, he couldn't pull for the Volunteers either. He had to get out of there after 14 months. All right, and then our tiebreaker, the Buffalo Bills on Monday night. Bills are minus 5.5 hook at the Titans.
Listen, I've been a Buffalo Bills fan since the early 90s, right? I was like 5, 6 years old, and I became a Buffalo Bills fan.
Really?
Oh, yeah, and I've been a Buffalo Bills fan all throughout, and it's finally the year where the Buffalo Bills have a chance to make it back to the Super Bowl. But this week is a letdown week, and I'm going for the Titans to cover. Derrick Henry, roll tide.
Touchdown, Derrick Henry, 72-yard gallop.
Well, I could see a scenario where the Bills win a close game. You know what I mean? They can win it, but the 5.5 is a lot on Monday Night Football. Home dog like that. That's a lot of points. How did you end up a Bills fan? Just because they were good in the late 90s?
That's actually a really good story, Tom. We had a swear jar when I was a kid, right? And so each one of the family members picked the NFL team,
right.
And whoever's team got the furthest won the money in the swear jar, right? So I picked the Buffalo Bills. Well, my brother picked the daggone Dallas Cowboys, and I never got the money for the swear jar.
Oh, man. That's a good use of money from the swear jar, that's for sure. I grew up in Western New York, in Rochester. In fact, the Bills train at the college that I coached at, and my alma mater, St. John Fisher College up there. I got out of there as quick as I could, you know what I mean? But, I mean, it was but I'm from that neck of the woods, but was never a Bills fan. My whole family is Browns fans, so most of my family is from Ohio or Pittsburgh, so we're all Browns fans. But I spent a lot of time at Buffalo Bills training camps back in the day when, in the early 90s, when I was coaching at college, we used to go over there to Fredonia before they moved to our school. We'd go to Fredonia, and I'd spend a lot of time in those meeting rooms with Bruce Smith and the defensive line guys, and those were good times back in the day.
The Biscuit, Cornelius Bennett.
Biscuit, yeah, he was fantastic.
Oh my gosh, Thurman Thomas running the ball.
Thomas gets up.
It's a good squad.
At practice one day, Thurman Thomas gets up off the grass was wet. He goes to sit down in the grass and stretch, and it's wet, and he says, I'm not practicing today. He gets up, he puts his helmet, he takes his shoulder pads and his helmet, and he just drops them in the grass and just walks off the field. And everybody's like, where the hell are you going? And he's like, I'm not practicing. The grass is wet. I'm like, okay.
That's a great story, man.
Bruce never did double sessions.
All right,
man, appreciate you. Thanks. It's a good job by Spencer. Don't be a stranger, Spencer. Bruce Smith never did double sessions, Grizz. If they, back then they had double sessions. You remember double sessions, don't you? They don't have those anymore. They would have 2 practices, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. But Bruce always only did one practice or the other. That's it. One or the other.
Yeah, I would always try to go to the morning practice because I hated the afternoon practice, especially during the summer. Because running 40-40s in the morning was a lot.
What do you mean go to the morning practice? You didn't have a choice, did you?
No, we did. Well, when I was in high school, we did. We had a choice. You either went in the morning or you went in the afternoon during the summer.
You didn't go to both? You didn't have double? Oh, so you're talking about the summer or you're talking about in fall practice when practice starts?
Oh, fall practice for us was always like, it's not like how it is now where they like try to find like a time where it feels comfortable to them and it's not so hot and stuff like that. Like we would have 3 hour, it was like over 3 or 3.5 hour practice.
But you only had one practice.
It was one practice. Yeah, it was one practice. Yeah. We work out and stuff like that.
How many years ago was that? That was like 12, 13 years ago?
12. Yeah.
See, there you go.
We would work out and stuff like that, but we would it wasn't like we had two separate practices or anything. Wrestling, we had morning practices and night practices, or afternoon practices. I did that all the time.
So we ran at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay. We had meetings at 8. All right. We ran at 6. We'd come in. We'd have meetings at 8 o'clock to 8:30. Then we would be on the field and practice from 9 to 11:30. We would have lunch. We would lift, and then we'd be back on the field at 2 o'clock and practice till 4:30.
Yeah, we always got out
when men were men.
Yeah, well, we always got out the last period of the day. We would work out. Once we worked out, we'd go to practice.
This is before.
Yeah, yeah. We never did anything before school. No.
Now, when I played hockey in college, we actually practiced before class. We practiced at 5 in the morning because getting ice is tough, even up north. You know what I mean? Getting a sheet of ice is really tough. And we practiced at the boys' club in downtown Rochester, and we would actually practice at 5 or 5:30 in the morning, and then shower and then go to class.
That's how wrestling was. I mean, wrestling, especially closer to city and sectionals and state, we were always every morning, 6 o'clock. Get there, practice for about an hour, shower, then go to school, and then afternoon we'd have our 2.5 hour practice or whatever long it was.
Brian is up next. Brian, welcome to the show. How are you?
What's going on, big dog?
You are, man.
Get in on some of this trifecta here.
Auburn gets 4.5 at Arkansas.
Oh.
Because we're the University of damn Arkansas.
I just love the way he says that. We're the University of damn Arkansas.
That's awesome.
Bama is minus 17.5 at State.
I don't want to go against the TikTok Nick Saban. I'm going Bama.
Roll all over their ass.
Ole Miss is minus 2.5 at UT.
Big Orange, baby.
I can assure you that the gap is closing.
And we'll see. The Bills are minus 5.5 at the Titans in the tiebreaker.
That's a tough one. I'm going to go Bills.
Anyone who wants a piece of OJ has to get by me.
All right, we got you in, Brian.
All right, brother.
All right, we'll get a break in here. When we come back, we'll have time to take another couple of calls if you want to jump in there. That baseball game last night was way too long. It was a 2-1 baseball game, for God's sakes. All right? It was a 2-1 baseball game. It went forever. The answer is not to limit pitching changes, but there is an answer. We'll talk about that and more next right here on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Simple Green is perfect for making your auto, RV, cycling, boating, and other sporting equipment look like new. Visit them at simplegreen.com.
Game 1 of the ALCS tonight, the Houston Astros hosting the Boston Red Sox. Houston minus 135 on the money line. Boston plus 125. The over-under 8.5. Framber Valdez getting the start for the Astros against Chris Sale for the Red Sox. College football Friday night, ACC matchup. Clemson minus 13.5 at Syracuse. 45 the over-under. Later in the Pac-12, Cal at 9th-ranked Oregon. The Bears plus 13.5. The over-under 54. Saturday, Auburn plus 5.5 at 17th-ranked Arkansas. 54 total. Number 5 Alabama minus 17 at Mississippi State. The over-under 58. I'm Trey Westerberg, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Looking for a great deal? Well, I've got one for you. Thom Abraham here for Valley Equipment Rental. And at Valley Equipment, if you rent after 3 on a Friday or on a Saturday morning, you're not due back until Monday morning. So basically, you're getting the entire weekend for the price of one day. And if you're in the service or are a vet, they'll knock another 10% off. Valley Equipment is locally owned and involved in our community through charities and even supporting local teams. And soon, they'll have a second location to handle even more equipment. Stay tuned for info on where that will be and when it will open.
This is Wes Neighbors with Philip with Eagle Insulation, and we have an announcement to make.
Yes, Wes, we are now Eagle Masonry and Insulation. We're still a place to call for your insulation needs, but now we offer masonry services.
What kind of masonry projects can you handle?
Wes, no job is too big, no job is too small. We can do renovations, new construction, outdoor fireplaces, fire pits, brick landscape borders.
Well, when you came out to my house, you did both the insulation and masonry at the same time. You guys did rock for me, you did brick for me, and you insulated my house. That's usually done at the same time that you're building a house.
Absolutely. It really capitalizes on two services you need at the same time, and you can get one company to handle both of those.
Philip with Eagle Insulation will come out, do your installation. He'll do your masonry. They do a great job. They guarantee your work. Check out more online at insulatewitheagle.com and schedule your free examination today. 256-755-1556.
Thanks, Wes.
This is Wes Neighbors sitting here with Ann Adams. Ann, I understand you have some exciting news.
Yes, Wes, I do. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services was just recognized in the 30th Annual Harris Poll Equitrend as the Real Estate Agency Brand of the Year and the most trusted real estate brand.
That is awesome news, Ann. Great companies in Huntsville, Alabama, winning awards is what we want. Is it a great time to list your home?
Yes, it is. The inventory is low and the market is heating up.
And I understand you're also looking for agents.
I am. We are so busy, Wes, we need agents to keep up with the demand.
Ann Adams and Rise Real Estate has been doing business in North Alabama for the last 35 years. If you want to do business with someone you can trust, she has been writing contracts since she was 9 years old. Call Ann today at 256-337-2625.
Have you ever found exactly the right new car or truck with the exact features that you want and nothing else? Well, at Woody Anderson Ford, we can promise you just that. Hey, Bobby White back again, and you can now factory order your new Ford today, and you'll get your new car or truck exactly the way you want it. And there's no extra cost to custom order. Plus, you get $1,000 off MSRP on top of any additional factory rebates. This applies to 2021 F-150, Explorer, Ranger, and Expedition. It's a win-win with a custom order at Woody Anderson Ford. You get the colors, the features, and the options that fit your life. Plus, you get notified when it's built, shipped, and ready to deliver. Listen, buying a new car or truck is likely the second largest investment you'll ever make. So why settle? Get exactly what you want with a custom factory order today. And get $1,000 off MSRP. See how at WoodyAndersonFord.com or at the corner of Jordan Lane and Sparkman Drive. Hope to see you soon.
This is Wes Neighbors talking to Chris Haygood of Bob Wallace Appliance. Chris, what sets you apart from other appliance dealerships?
Wes, these appliances are going into the most used room in your house, your kitchen. The way we have these appliances displayed, it's easy for you to visualize how they'll look in your home. Wes, what sets us apart is the people. They're well trained. In fact, they live and breathe these appliances. And if you need service, you'll really appreciate our parts department.
Contact Bob Wallace Appliance at 256-533-2121.
It's another big week of high school football for us here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Friday night, Madison Academy is on the road at New Hope with kickoff time set for 7 o'clock. Also on Friday, over on Zone 2, download our app and check out the Huntsville Crimson Panthers as they play host to the Florence Falcons. That also kicks at 7. That's all right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A partly sunny sky for your Friday afternoon. A couple of isolated showers are going to be possible during the heart of the afternoon, early into the evening. The best opportunity for rain across the Tennessee Valley is going to come Friday night and then very early into your Saturday morning. With that in mind, Friday overall is actually going to be a pretty decent day across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. Temperatures once again climbing into the lower 80s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hi, this is Eli Gold, voice of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Listen to me weekly on The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Roll Tide.
This is Steve Moulton from The Drive. Be sure and join us today from 5 to 7 with Wes Neighbors and me. Now back to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Don't forget, you can always get your picks in for the Friday trifecta via the text window all the way up until game time. All right, so you can get that done all the way until game time tomorrow. So keep that in mind. This segment of the show is brought to you by Valley Equipment Rental. And you know, at Valley Equipment, if you get down there today and you rent by 3 o'clock this afternoon or tomorrow morning even, you get one charge for the entire weekend, which means the equipment's not back until Monday. They're not coming in on Sunday to take the equipment back from you. Are you kidding me? The equipment's not due back until Monday, so you can get some work done later this afternoon. You can get some work done tomorrow morning before the games. You can get work done Sunday morning before the games. It's all for the one rate at Valley Equipment. Now, if you need a big piece of equipment and you don't have a truck to haul it, they deliver as well all over the Tennessee Valley. They can do that as well. And if you have any proof that you are in the military or were in the military in the past, you get a 10-day or a 10% off a day's rental as well. So that is another cool thing that they do down there at Valley Equipment. They got more skid steers and mini excavators. They got like over 40 units of skids and excavators down there. So they got everything that you need. And stay tuned because coming up in the new year, they will have a new location. We'll tell you about that a little bit later on. But they're going to have another location. When I say a new, I mean a second location. They'll have a second location for Valley Equipment. All right. Grizz, too long. I mean, it's a 2-1 game, for God's sakes. All right? There should not be 3 hours and 40 minutes for a 2-1 game. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And, Greeny and his crew were talking about, what do you think about limiting pitching changes? It's not about the pitching changes.
No.
It's pace of play. And pace of play is controlled by one thing and one thing alone. The amount of time, dead time, between pitches thrown. Now, there is a rule on the books that the umpires do not enforce. And that rule is with nobody on base, from the time the pitcher gets the ball till the time he delivers the ball is 12 seconds max. 12. Now, they had that pitch clock thing going on, and I don't even know if they have it still in the stadiums. I know they used it one year in the spring training.
They were doing it at the Trash Pandas.
They're doing it all throughout minor league baseball.
Yeah.
But was there any penalty if the thing hit zero?
Yeah, I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt they've been paying attention to it half the time.
Yeah. And I think it was 20 seconds. Is that what went on the clock?
Yeah.
They don't need 20 seconds.
No.
You get the ball, you toe the rubber, you throw the ball. And the umpire has to move this along. It is up to the umpire to move this along. And I don't know how they do it. I don't know if it's a guy upstairs that umpire has a little buzzer like in his pocket or on his hip.
Yeah.
And the guy upstairs hits the button. You know how they do in the NFL? They got a clock, operator, you hit the button. Hit the button, and when it hits zero, if the kid's still holding the ball one.
Yeah.
And you
like
don't get out of the
like a balk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not a balk
because
a balk you move a guy. You don't want to move a guy.
Yeah.
But it's a ball, and we got to stop getting out of the box. There is a rule that says what you can get out of the box for. You don't get out of the box. And the pitcher, if the pitcher has his toe on a rubber, you need to be in the box. He can throw. The pitcher doesn't stand around and wait for Joey Gallo to fix both his gloves and his cup and tighten his belt, stretch his neck, twist his hip, do jumping jacks, and then get back in the box. The pitcher gets the ball. Once he gets the ball, he can throw the ball. Unless a bee flies into your helmet or something hits you in the eye or something like that. Of course, I mean, we got to do something. We've got to just simply pick up the pace of play.
What if you took us a ball or a strike away, where it's you know how many foul balls get hit off, or how many times you throw a ball. You know what I mean? Let's say you just completely missed the strike zone and you throw 3 balls. What if it was just 3 balls total and 1 strike? Or just you know what I mean? Where it just you limit it so you don't have to throw so many pitches to try to get somebody out. But then also limit the number of foul balls too, because we always love when a batter battles, especially when you're the home team and you're down and your batter is battling, and he might foul it off 6 times, and they may have 13, 14 pitches on one batter, but we love it as fans because we want to see them get a hit. But then at the end of the day, there's a lot of us that are watching it at home that are just oh, okay, come on now, strike him out already. Let's go. Come on, boost it up a little bit more. You know what I mean? We love and hate baseball, and yet we want all these rules. It's just I don't know.
I don't have a problem myself.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with the guy fouling off pitch after pitch after pitch and battling, and I don't have a problem with him fighting for 2, for how long it takes for 2-3 strikes and 4 balls.
Yeah.
I have a problem with the dead time in between.
Oh no, I get it.
So what I'm saying is that it's not a matter of short. So in other words, under your scenario, say you went to 2 strikes and 3 balls, and you can only foul off a maximum of 3 pitches or something like that. Okay, fine. That moves the game along, but it doesn't change the action.
Yeah.
What I'm about is the action. I don't care if a game takes 3.5 hours if there's action. Constant. Get the ball, throw the ball. Get the ball, throw the ball. Get the ball, foul it off. Get the ball, foul it off. Action is all I want. It's not a matter of being too long. There's too much dead time. That's the problem. We got guys walking around the mound.
Yeah.
We got guys scratching themselves. We got guys getting in and out of the box.
How many times do they get warm-up pitches, though, too, in between, and then they have to wait for the catcher to throw it down, and it's just then they have that whole wait before they even throw the very first pitch of the game, too. You know what I mean? Where it's kind of where they wait for the umpire to to blow the whistle or something for them to finally start.
Look, I'm just talking about once the guy says play ball.
Yeah.
I don't care about that a little bit. Commercial breaks and everything else. When the guy says play ball, we need to start playing ball.
Yeah.
And you don't get out of the box as a batter. And if you get out of the box, have you ever seen Joey Gallo? The guy does all this gymnastics and everything in between every pitch. And what I'm saying is
no
that
Garcia Parra glove twitch thing over and over again.
Glove. What I'm saying is when you get out of the box, all right, if the pitcher has the ball in his hand, the pitcher is allowed to throw it. You watch how fast they'll get in there and get ready. You can throw the pitch. The pitcher has the ball. You can throw the pitch. Period. End of story.
Baseball's always about this weird respect where it's like in soccer where you have to where someone goes down and you take the ball from them or whatever, you have to kick the ball out of bounds. I'll never understand that in soccer. So it's in baseball, you have to wait. No, I get it. Yeah, it's like a code, but it's you have to wait for him to get in the box and get ready before you can throw the pitch. No, I think you should be ready.
It's like in hockey when there's a fight.
Yeah.
Once a guy hits the ice, you don't fight him anymore. You know what I mean? You don't punch a guy that's on the ice. That's the hockey code, is that if a guy is on the ice, you don't punch him while he's on the ice. He's like, wait a minute, I thought you guys were in a fight. Well, yeah, we're in a fight.
Don't they also flick the puck? Don't they also flick the puck to the other end and cause an icing if something happens too? Well, doesn't that usually happen in hockey?
If you're bringing a puck up the ice and 2 guys start fighting, then they'll do it. But they'll blow the whistle anyway. You don't need to get an icing to do that. They'll just blow the whistle. But I don't know. To me, it's a very simple solution. It's the umpire's job.
Yeah.
The umpire has to move the game along. And when the catcher has to throw it back immediately to the pitcher, and when the pitcher gets the ball, if he's freezing the batter, he better not go over 12 seconds. Because if the batter's standing, this way you wouldn't have the batter get out because the guy is sitting there like shaking off. Well, guess what? Ball one. Now, you get to 12 seconds, ball one. And put a clock where the pitcher can see it, like next to the dugout, not directly behind home plate, but next to the dugout over there somewhere. So where he can see it, and he realizes that, oh, I got 5 seconds. Okay, I got to get in my windup. It's just a pace of play thing. I watched a 2-1 game on ESPN Classic. It was the 1955 World Series game between the Yankees and the Dodgers. It was a 2-1 game, and it was like 2 hours and 18 minutes. It's crazy. All right, let's break. We'll come back with Lee Sterling next, get his take on some of the games this weekend. This is the Thom Abraham Show. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Tom Luganbill here for Woody Anderson Ford. When I was in the Tennessee Valley, one of the things that impressed me the most was the quality of the people. People like Bobby White and his team at Woody Anderson Ford. And now you can experience the tremendous new service lanes and showroom at Woody Anderson Ford at Jordan and Sparkman, or just stop by for breakfast or lunch at Henry's Mustang Cafe. And in Madison, visit Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, just south of 72. Like a great college football tradition, always there, Woody Anderson Ford.
AVIQ. Who is AVIQ? AVIQ is audiovisual the intelligent way, where we put our IQ to work for your AV needs. With more than 100 years combined experience in audio, video, and automation, our team of experts is dedicated to one thing: helping you discover technological solutions that make your home special. Once you experience a game or a movie on one of our state-of-the-art home theater systems, you may never leave the house again. AVIQ can build the entire system for you or provide the quality components if you're a do-it-yourselfer. But AVIQ is more than just home theater and state-of-the-art sound systems. We offer a variety of control options for home technology. Energy efficiency, heightened security, and improved quality of life are all attainable through the automation of home systems. Intuitive and user-friendly control is our main priority in designing a system that meets your needs. Don't just take our word for it. You need to see it to believe it. Come visit us at our state-of-the-art showroom on University, just east of Jim and Nick's, across from AT&T, or visit aviqhsv.com.
The kitchen is the heart of any home. It's where the family gathers. It's where kids discover old recipes and make them their own. Just starting out or just now getting started on the dream kitchen you've always wanted?
I'm Chris Haygood, and from all of us here at Bob Wallace Appliance to the home builders and the homeowners, a heartfelt thank you for buying local. We're in Huntsville, Florence, and Coleman, and online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
Thom Abraham here for my friend Brian Hamaker and his team at North Alabama Mortgage. Look, buying a home is the biggest purchase you will make in your life, and it can be a bit intimidating, so you want people that can help walk you through the mortgage process and get you the best deal possible. That's what North Alabama Mortgage does, and they do it in Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida, from first-time purchases to refis, conventional, VA, FHA, and USDA loans. They have the solution at North Alabama Mortgage. Visit NorthAlabamaMortgage.com to learn more. That's NorthAlabamaMortgage.com.
Hi, everybody. Eli Gold here. Right now, indoor air quality occupies top-of-mind awareness for families and business owners. Rick Smith and the trusted professionals at Environmental Comfort Systems can take care of your indoor air quality concerns with their state-of-the-art indoor air quality solutions. Environmental Comfort's indoor air quality systems remove 99.9% of airborne contaminants so you and your family can breathe clean, fresh air. If anyone in your family suffers from allergies, or if you just want the security of knowing the air you breathe inside your home is free from viruses, bacteria, pet dander, dust, and odors, Environmental Comfort Systems are the professionals to call. Environmental Comfort also carries state-of-the-art, high-efficiency comfort systems that increase home comfort, keep humidity in check, and help you save money on your energy bills. Give my friend Rick a call or visit them online at envcomfort.com and breathe cleaner air today. Environmental Comfort Systems, Alabama license number 92314.
The forecast calls for football with a strong wind blowing in from training camp.
Football was priority. It's a long football season. It's called tackle football.
A heavy rain of hitting coupled with an afternoon film session. Listen to all the coverage on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
People stay just a little bit longer. We want to play moving, moving, moving. Though they're disapproving, keep them doggies moving right.
Look at Chris trying to make it like you didn't catch it.
Just hope I'm throwing brand. Soon we'll be
My show is the most strenuous to run. I got a lot of rules on my show. Football Friday music. Sterling gets his own music.
Move 'em on, hit 'em up, hit 'em up. Move 'em on, move 'em on, hit 'em up, rawhide. Let 'em out, ride 'em in,
Got a lot of. Really, this show needs like 2 or 3 guys over there. All right, joining us now, this segment of the show is brought to you by TOC Sports. For all your injury needs, it's TOC Sports. And you know what? When your doc says you need to see a orthopedic, you need to see an orthopedic at TOC. You just tell them that. You just say, listen, please refer me to a TOC. That would be the way to go. All right, joining us now is Lee Sterling. We're going to look at some of the games that are coming up this weekend. Lee, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. I'm real good. I love that victory formation last night, especially because I had Philly +7. So, love those.
Wasn't that something? I mean, you know, you get something like that, and both sides were going. And Joe Buck was afraid to just say, "Why don't he just say it?" I mean, we get a million betting commercials now on the game. Why wouldn't Joe Buck just say, "Hey, they were favored"?
He and Troy Aikman are a little square, little tight.
Yeah, but he was referring to it. He kept saying about how many, how important.
Say it.
Just say it. I mean, jeez. It affected the total, too, a little bit. I think the total was 53 or something. And, so it ended up affecting that as well. Good stuff, though, last night. All right. But by the way, just some breaking news for folks with their fantasy teams and that are looking at making some bets on some other games. Nick Chubb is out this week against the Cardinals. So Nick Chubb out for the Cleveland Browns this week. Kareem Hunt will get the majority of the carries there. So
I think it's his sister's wedding.
Calf. It's his calf is what it is. Yeah. Calf. And they play on
Thursday. Going to a coach.
Yeah.
I bet you there has been a couple that said, I got a relative's wedding. Mind if I just missed the game? I mean,
yeah, right.
Can you imagine saying something like that to your coach back in the day?
Mind if we take your $850,000 for this week as well? I mean, it's just nuts.
When we played Tom, my high school, we didn't even have water breaks in practice.
Yeah, I mean, we did that part. Our guys were smart enough to do that. That we were just talking about that. They haven't been doing double sessions for, Grizz was just talking about when he was in high school, and that was only 12, 13 years ago that they didn't even have double sessions. I mean, what are you talking about? We ran at 6:30 in the morning, met,
right.
Then we had a first practice, then we lifted, then we had lunch, then we met, and then we had practice again. I mean, it was an all-day affair until school started. So, but anyway, all right. Yeah, crazy. All right, Florida and LSU. I mean, Florida still looking to get their manhood back after what happened against Kentucky. LSU is a disaster right now. Florida's an 11-point favorite. What do we think?
If Ed Orgeron loses by, I think, about 17 or more, I think you're gonna see on Sunday they let him go.
Wow.
So, would you agree with that?
No, I think he's good for the rest of the year. I don't think they'll pull the trigger till the end of the season.
We'll see. If they're smart, LSU and Miami, if things don't go well this weekend, if you're going to pull the trigger, you might as well do it now and start, trying to put it out there and find your right coach, because there's going to be a lot of vacancies at the end of this year. So, only real option here for LSU, I think, is run the ball without Butte at receiver. They tried that last week, 35 carries, 147. That's not terrible, running the ball, but they still lost by 3 touchdowns to Kentucky. This is a circle game for Florida. After they were a 23-point favorite last year in Gainesville and got shocked 37-34, you know how they were. They were instead of, throwing stuff outside of their crib, they threw shoes. So Florida 38-17, blowout city.
Now, I think I'm looking at a misprint here on this Ole Miss Tennessee game. I believe it's 2.5. Is that right? Yeah, 2.5, 3, somewhere like that. It says 14.5 on my sheet. And I'm like, no, that's not right. But Ole Miss about 2.5. Lane Kiffin returning to the scene of the crime. Tennessee, after pounding the snot out of Missouri and Carolina, trying to show people that they really are back a little bit, maybe. Taking on a number 13 ranked Ole Miss team here. Tennessee fool's gold. What do you think?
Do you think Lane Kiffin is interested in LSU if that job opens up?
No, I don't think he's interested in that. I don't think that he would be interested. I tell you who was interested in it. I think I think Urban Meyer would be the guy that might be interested. Get the hell out of Jacksonville. He's 1-1 to be the first coach.
I think they're going to have a mutual parting of the ways there. So I think that's what you're going to see in that situation. Or he goes to USC. But here's the problem for Ole Miss. They get to the middle of the year, and they are better this year on defense than last year. They just don't have any reserves. I mean, these guys are playing too many plays. And they gave up 350 rushing yards last week to Arkansas, 325 passing. It's not like Arkansas has a great offense. Tennessee, under Josh Heupel, finally running at supersonic speeds now on the offense like they did at UCF. They put up 107 points in 2 weeks, and they let off the gas in the second half last week against South Carolina. They got it going right now. I think it's going to be a classic. I would play the over here. Wouldn't shock me if they go over 100. I like Tennessee 58-52.
Wow, that is going to be a lot of points. It's going to be a 200-point game, or a 200-play game. I mean, it's going to be a 200-play game. There's no doubt this ball will get snapped a lot. All right, this is another fascinating game. Kentucky goes to Georgia between the hedges, and they're toting 22, 23, 23 and a half with them. I've been trying to compare Kentucky and Arkansas to see, well, is Kentucky and Arkansas the same team? Because Georgia beat them 37-0. But what do you think about Kentucky getting all on points?
I think it's similar. I mean, Kentucky's getting the most out of their offense, built around running back Chris Rodriguez, but this Bulldog defense is something special. I mean, 5 of the 6 opponents under 100 rushing yards or less. Even Auburn only put up 46 on the ground. I tell everyone, and people, until they really start thinking about it, 3 most important players in college football, quarterback and defensive tackles. Why defensive tackles? Because they stop the run. If you got 2 real good ones in the middle, no one can run against you up the middle. And then they push the pocket. And that's what Georgia's doing. Those 2 guys are unblockable. They are that good right now. And I just don't think right now, unless there's injuries or someone really starts improving, anyone can go toe-to-toe with Georgia. So the Georgia offense, not flashy, but they don't need to be. Both quarterbacks are fine. And then Kentucky's without 2 of their top 3 defensive linemen here. I think Mark Stoops is put his age. He's not talking to him personally. I love when they say, ask a coach, have you talked to LSU? Nope. But trust me, I think his agent is talking to LSU. I think his agent's talking to Miami. I think he's distracted. I like Georgia 37-7.
Arkansas is a 4.5-point favorite at home against Auburn. Auburn, another one of those teams, kind of an enigma. We're not sure. Not that LSU win doesn't look as great as it did when they got it at LSU. So Arkansas hosting Auburn. Arkansas, a 4.5-point favorite here. Do they get back to being Arkansas after a couple of really tough losses?
I think they will. They've really only had one poor performance all year, and that was against Georgia. They were just undermanned. I just don't think Bo Nix has got it. I think he's going to continue to struggle. This might be another game where they fall behind and he gets replaced here. Brian Harsin, the Tigers head coach, he'd like to play smash mouth football. He just doesn't have the pieces right now to quite pull it off. And turnovers, I think, could be costly. Also, to Auburn, favorite 9-2 against the spread the last 11 Auburn games. Auburn also 3-10 against the spread as a road dog. Give me Arkansas 28-20.
All right, and Alabama, licking air wounds. They played a very sloppy game. They've lost the last 4 games that they turned the ball over twice, and not being -2, just turn it over twice, and they lose a football game. It's happened to them the last 4 times they've turned the ball over twice. I don't know if they'll turn it over here against the Pirate, but they are 17.5 points favored against a Mississippi State team that generally plays Alabama pretty tough.
They do, and that leaves me a little pause for concern. But Nick Saban is 8-1 against the spread the last 9 times after a loss. Only 12 times he's lost in the last decade, so there's not a huge sample size there. But he'll have them ready. What's going to be interesting? Watch the chess game. Most teams sit back and they play just a lot of base defense, rarely blitz. If I'm Alabama, with that Mississippi State offense, just throws underneath all day long. They just dink, 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 dink. They get those 5, 6, 7-yard gains, and I think Alabama comes up. You got to play them tighter. You got to challenge them. You got to make them throw the ball down the field and show a lot of different looks here and try to mix it up and confuse Rodgers. Jameson Williams is really coming on. You think he's a first rounder? Jameson Williams, receiver for Bama?
Not yet. I think I got to see a little more versatility. Not quite yet. What my question is that when we were kind of analyzing the A&M loss, trying not to jump off the ship like rats, like a lot of fans in Alabama have been going nuts over that loss. But my question is did Jameson Williams get into rotation with the receivers they've had in the last 4 years there?
Mm-hmm.
When they had all of those guys there, Henry Ruggs and Jerry Jeudy and the whole batch of them, is he even into rotation? I think there's only one player on the offense that would play for Alabama over the last 4 years. These are really good players, but I think Alabama was so loaded. I think Evan Neal, the offensive lineman, is the only guy that would be on the field. Not Brian Robinson, not Bryce Young.
Right.
None of those guys are not what we saw over the last 4 years. And I don't think Jameson Williams is either. He's the best they got now. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Mechie. He seems to be sketchy. He's sketchy Mechie lately.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to take Bama, though. I think they pull away late, 45-21.
All right. How did they get this game of the week with Texas A&M off of their big win, a 9-point favorite over Missouri? How did they get the game of the week?
Just call 800-400-9741. We'll give you this game for free. 800-400-9741. The game's on me. Love to have you involved if you're not already with me in the football. And it's been a great year so far. Look to keep on winning. And also, we do everything. Hockey. We were probably number one in the world like we are in football and hockey. Had a great NBA season. We have UFC coming up this weekend. So check it out online. And then also a bunch of other free pick videos. Let's say there's another game you want to see me break down and predict. A lot of undefeated teams still out there. Oklahoma taking on TCU. Got a video up with a prediction on that game. Michigan State, Indiana. Cincinnati, undefeated Cincinnati, and top 5 ranked Cincinnati against UCF. Check out all those free pick videos, ParamountSports.com.
Now, Atlanta Braves plus 175 in the series against the Dodgers. They got home ice in that deal. I don't know if it might be worth $1 for $1.75 coming back.
I agree.
Yeah.
They certainly used up almost every pitcher they had last night.
Yeah. Well, the Dodgers did. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. They did. And now they go again tomorrow and Sunday in Atlanta. Lee Sterling has been our guest. Check it out, ParamountSports.com. I use them. You should use them. It's Lee Sterling at ParamountSports.com. Thanks, Lee.
Okay, take care.
Plus 175, Grizz. So, in other words, you put $1 on Atlanta, you get $1.75 back if they win the series. The Dodgers are minus 200, so you got to put 200 on the Dodgers to win 100. They're a 1-2 favorite in the series. Then they'll be Braves and Dodgers over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I feel like they got to win both, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Anytime you got to play the Dodgers, you got to win both.
You got to win. You almost feel like you got to win both.
3-game set, whatever.
Got to win both in a 3-game set? I don't know about that.
I'll take 2 out of 3 on the Dodgers anytime.
Yeah, 2 out of 2 would be nice this weekend. We'll see. All right, that's going to do it for us. Chuck Oliver is next. I'll be back Tuesday. Grizz will have you Monday right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Explore the culture of craft at Liquor Express and Craft Beer Store, offering over 800 artisanal wines, 1,000 craft beers including 105 rotating taps, and an extensive